Good morning. My name is Susan Reardon. I'm the staff hearing officer, and I call the meeting of Wednesday, June 30th to order. First on the agenda is preliminary matters and requests for continuances, withdrawals, postponements for ex-agenda items. And I haven't received any requests for either or any of those, so we will hear the one item on the agenda. Under announcements and appeals, I have no announcements and I've had no recent appeals. And so we'll move on to comments for members of the public. Is there anyone in attendance who would like to address the staff hearing officer on items not on today's agenda? I don't see anyone in the waiting room, so I won't go over all of this stuff. So I will close the public hearing. So we'll move to the first item, which is 222 Mesa Lane. If staff would like to click on their webcam and provide a staff. Hi, good morning, Stephanie.
Good morning. All right, Timmy, if we could just go to the site plan, the proposed site plan. One more. There we go. All right, so we are here to talk about 222 Mesa Lane. And the actual modification that the project is requesting is an interior setback to allow the existing garage at the rear of the lot to be converted to an accessory building. So this parcel is roughly 8,000 square feet. It is zoned E3 and in the coastal zone. And it's developed with a single family residence and a detached garage. And that existing garage, as we can see, is clearly non-conforming to the required 6-foot interior setback. And it has a 1 foot 2 inch setback. And so the overall project is to do an addition to the main house, including a new garage and new driveway and a 2nd story accessory dwelling unit or ADU, and convert the existing garage to a generic accessory structure and remove the existing driveway and driveway apron that serves that garage. And as I said, the parcel is in the coastal zone, and so it did qualify for a coastal exemption instead of a coastal development permit, and that was approved by staff on May 13th, 2021. The project was also reviewed by the Single Family Design Board for design review on April 26, 2021. And most of the comments were really more focused on the main residence. For the garage to accessory structure conversion, we're really talking about removing the garage door, changing out some doors and windows, really small aesthetic changes. And so the board really didn't have any comments on the actual design, but they did comment on it being an appropriate improvement for the lot. And so staff is supportive of this requested modification. Since the building will remain accessory in use, it will not be a second unit or anything like that on the lot. And the building wouldn't be expanding in the setback. It wouldn't be moving any closer. It will remain exactly as is. And there are neither existing or proposed windows on that main wall that runs parallel to the interior lot line. So staff doesn't anticipate any kind of privacy or noise impacts for the neighbor. And in regards to CEQA, the project is exempt from CEQA under categorical exemptions 15301, 15303, and 15305. The urban historian reviewed the project and confirmed that there are no existing historic resources on site, nor would this project impact any historic resources in the area. And then CalGEM, formerly Dogger, also reviewed the project and confirmed that there are no mapped hazardous waste sites within 1,000 feet of the subject parcel. And I did get one inquiry about the project. I got a voicemail that was left over this past weekend. And it was more a question about why this person received a notice instead of the actual project. I called back several times and I left a very lengthy voicemail explaining the full project description and never heard back. So I assume that means I answered this person's questions.
Okay, great. Okay, great, thanks. I don't have any comments for you right now. Yeah, and if you'd like to introduce yourself and have any additional comments you want to provide.
Oh, I think she covered things for the most part. I guess I would mention that additionally submitted with the modification request was a letter from that adjacent neighbor to the south in support of that garage or that structure remaining where it is. It actually does provide a nice privacy buffer between the 2 yards and a kind of a nice backdrop for their landscape. And also is consistent with a barrier wall between the 2 properties that was actually built with the intention of matching the stucco on that wall. So it's kind of an element in the design of their yard now as well. So we did include that letter describing their desire for it to remain. And as well, they mentioned in the letter the fact that we're proposing a new garage, and this structure becoming something otherwise would reduce the traffic and noise along that southerly side of this lot, which would also be a benefit to their property.
Okay, great, thank you. I was just looking, I did receive the petition that was submitted, but I don't see a different letter from the neighbors.
Oh, no, let's see, it, yeah, it would have been, the file name was dated 2021-02-25 neighbor support letter that was submitted as part of the original application for the design review board.
Oh, for the design review board? Okay, all right, great, thanks. Yeah, I don't get letters that's sent to them, but that's fine. I see the property owner clicked on. Did you want to add additional comments, or you're just there in case I have questions for you?
Yeah, that's all. I just wanted to be here. If there were any questions, I could further answer, but Matt's doing a great job. And I just wanted to clarify that, yeah, that the letter from the owners to the south of us was submitted ahead of the petition. So Matt covered that well. Thanks.
Okay, great. Thanks, Mr. Dobson. Looking at the floor plan of the accessory structure, it appears there's no water or sewer proposed for it. It's just going to be used as accessory space. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay, all right, great. So those are my questions for right now. I'd like to open the public comment. If there's anyone who would like to address the staff hearing officer on this project, you may raise your hand. I do not see anybody in the attendees list. So I'll just wait a second in case someone's dialing in. But if you dial in and you want to address the staff hearing officer, you can do so by using the raise your hand icon, which is the little hand arrow, a hand with the green arrow in there. And when you click it, you just click it once and it'll turn red and I'll call on you. So I'll just wait a second. Ms. Fu, did we have any correspondence since this morning?
No, we haven't received any public comment on this particular item. Thank you.
Okay, great. Thank you. So seeing still no one, I will close the public hearing and it goes back to the deliberations. If Stephanie, if you'd like to click on your mic, or I'm sorry, click on your webcam. Great, thank you. So I read the staff report and went out to the site, did a site visit. And in regards to your request with interior setback modification, it is an appropriate improvement for the lot. As staff indicated, there's not any openings that directly front or face your adjacent neighbor. And so in terms of privacy impacts or nuisance types issues, there's not anticipated to be any. By keeping the structure and then also the addition, you still are providing adequate open yard area. So I can make the findings outlined in the staff report. In regards to conditions of approval, staff's not proposing any conditions of approval, and I don't need to add any conditions of approval to be able to make those findings. So with that, I approve your project as submitted. My action is appealable to the Planning Commission within 10 calendar days. They also have oversight authority of all my actions, and if they felt this warranted additional discussion before them, they could call it up during that same 10-day appeal period. And if either of those would occur, Ms. Swanson would contact you. Okay?
Very good, thank you.
Okay, sure. And with that, since there's only the one item, I will adjourn the meeting.